just straight up, how optimistic are you that Bryce Young can turn this around and get to like top 12 QB range?
Top 12, not very optimistic.
They spent the first pick on him,
I know, but I do think there's a path to viability, which is at least something. I see a lot of Alex Smith with this game, and that's the player I just keep coming back to. He's very smart. You can tell he's very, very smart. And that is a double-edged sword, though, because he's so smart, but he also knows what he can and can't get away with. And sometimes you want him to push it a little more. Sometimes you want to be a little more aggressive. Now, easy for me to say that. I'm standing here reviewing all this. The offensive line for the Panthers was horrid, terrible rules, miscommunications. The receivers were not getting separation. The play calls were uninspiring. So I don't want to damn him completely. But the thing was, when Trevor Lawrence had his, very shaky rookie year under Urban Meyer, there were still a lot of glimpses of like, there's some high-end stuff here still. The pocket movement, the avoidance of sacks, all the pushing the ball sometimes, threading the needle. And with Young, I see some accuracy. I see him knowing what to get to, knowing how to progress through stuff. But there's a lot of times that, it's just, that high-end stuff just isn't there. The creation stuff, the arm strength, I think his lack of arm strength kind of limits his upside overall because he has to be perfect with everything. If he's a half second late and has to push the ball, it's tough. Like the room for error for him is very small. So for me, I think he definitely be a starter because he's smart, he's accurate, he can get it done. It's just that that high end number one pick trade up for is just already, to me, after 1 year, even if it was a terrible situation, I'm like, yeah, that already looks rough. So I just watching him, it was tough though. That line was really tough. You really feel bad for him, and you just hope scar tissue doesn't develop. But Canales has now he had a nice year with Geno Smith in Seattle. He had a nice year with Baker Mayfield. Both kind of doing different things as far as how they succeeded. So there's some optimism as far as he can maybe figure something out. What is Bryce good at? Really good at getting rid of the ball. If he's in the empty, he's good because he can make quick decisions and he's accurate. But I'm just trying to figure out what else they can put onto his table and what they think he's best at. But I'm going to say I don't want to put it all on him, but there is just, I wasn't very high on him in the draft for this reason. It's just that lack of high-end traits. You can see that there's a cap to his ceiling a little bit already.